What's your name and occupation?
Hector Bravo. I'm a former correctional lieutenant. Right now, I'm an entrepreneur.
Damn, so you left your job as a corrections officer to become an entrepreneur, right?
For sure, dude.
And how much does a corrections lieutenant pay?
The last year that I was there, made $157,000.
God damn. What made you leave?
All the politics, all the griminess, and all the scandalous stuff that happens behind the scenes.
You know, I used to be a CNA at the same state prison, and I noticed there's a lot of corruption. And I seen that on the medical side. What can you say about as the law enforcement side?
Well, you're right. You got medical, custody, and mental health. So it's like a three-headed monster, man. And if they're not working together, which they don't, it can become a problem because they all are kind of assets and important to get the mission and the job done. You can imagine when it comes to custody, the correctional, the law enforcement side, people overstepping their boundaries. Sometimes you'll have medical telling us, hey, use force on this inmate. We're like, no, we're not going to use force. We can't, right? It's not within the policy. Yeah. But same things, man. Backstabbing, sabotaging promotions, putting people under investigation for nothing. It's favoritism, nepotism, the whole nine, dude.
God damn. You know some crazy stuff that I heard? Some of the female corrections officers would sleep with male inmates. Did you ever encounter with that?
Absolutely, dude.
God damn, that's crazy.
I was employed for 16 years. I could count probably on two hands how many times I've seen it. I mean, I didn't actually see the physical act, but they would eventually get walked off the job, meaning get fired. And yeah, they lose it all. They lose it all for sleeping with an inmate. when there's plenty of guys in uniform that are more than willing to give it to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what do you do for work now?
Dude, I'm on YouTube, That Prison Guard. That's my channel's name. And then I'm on Instagram, Hector__Bravo. And a full-time dad, bro. I'm just fucking grinding. I got a 5-year-old daughter.
Former veteran?
Army veteran, dude.
And you've deployed to Iraq, I saw?
Iraq in 2004 for 13 months.
God damn, this man has done it all. So I see that you're having a lot of success on YouTube, all your social medias. For people watching, what do you recommend doing to become as successful as you're doing so far?
All right, right off the top of my head, it's going to take consistency and passion, right? Because you got to be consistent to post pretty much on a daily basis, bro. If you don't have the passion, you're not going to have the fire to film every day. On top of that, you got to be a good person, bro. If you're not a good person, people could feel that out. People are not going to want to mess with you. You know, they're going to be like, this dude shady, this dude a fucking snake, a rat, you know, what's up with this dude? And with that comes the support of, you know, all the followers and all the viewers, man. They have showed me love, dude. I got to thank them because I did a leap of faith, man.
Yeah. I see you and you really motivate me through your stories. You know, you wake up at 3 a.m.
every day, dude, for the last 20 years.
God damn, you do your workouts every day consistently. Do you have any advice for people watching that are en route to become a corrections officer? Do you recommend it?
Law enforcement right now, 2023, 2024 is a real sensitive subject because of everything political that's being pushed out on the news and the politics. Is it an ideal job? Would I recommend it? Honestly, I would not recommend it at this point. Doesn't mean don't do it, right? Go ahead and do it. But you better learn policy, learn procedure, learn the laws, document everything that your superiors tell you because it's not always going to be ethical. Matter of fact, it's going to be more not ethical than ethical. Imagine that, bro. Your supervisors telling you to do things that violate policy.
That's crazy.
And then when it goes south, who do you think they blame?
You.
Yeah, dude. That was another motivating factor for me to leave the prison system, man.
Dude, I'm glad that you left that shithole because I used to be there. I left too. I was like, I'm either going to get fired, I was a CNA, let my license expire. So I just took a leap of faith also. So I know a lot of people want to become corrections officers. And I noticed that the new ones always get tested and shit talked to, and like, you know, how can someone get respected? You know,
you can't. And I say you cannot because I started in 2006 at Centinela State Prison. There was no body-worn cameras. There was no surveillance cameras. It was a different time frame. The inmates were different. The staff were different. If you got tested, you could actually respond with the same intensity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't do that now, you'll get in trouble.
You get sued too, huh?
Oh, I've been sued. Fuck it, I'm being sued right now, man. And it had nothing to do with me leaving. It's just part of the job. You get sued. Real quick, an inmate, when I was a sergeant at Donovan, tied a knife to his hand and stabbed the officer. Boom, boom, boom. I responded, we all responded. We used physical force to stop him, and he turned around and sued us, all of us. He made up a lie that he was hanging out in his cell, that we just brought him out and beat him up for no reason. He failed to mention that he tied a knife to his hand and stabbed an officer numerous times. Yeah, dude, and you being at Donovan, you know, it's wild, man. It's like cursed. That place is cursed, dude. It's like the Twilight Zone. Anything goes, dude. You go to like another prison which has structure. Donovan has zero structure. The majority of the managers don't have a clue as what they're doing, and it's all based on ego, promotions, and title and power, man. It's sickening is what it is. But
do you recommend people out there that's in the medical field to get hired at a state prison for the medical?
So some of the pros to join as a medical professional in a prison are the benefits, the pay, somewhat the hours, because I mean, you're going to be probably working in the hospital, and the prison's going to be same long hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, 16 hours. Some of the cons is you are surrounded by incarcerated felons. You know, I had an LVN that was a real good friend of mine, still is, and he's like, bro, this is like a nurse's nightmare. I'm like, why? He's like, because you join nursing to help people, and here these guys are so ungrateful. They're yelling at us for every little thing. I mean, I don't know if you encountered that, but you know, it's like, hey, give me this, give me that, give me.
And as a medical worker, are you protected?
That's a good question. You are protected because there's officers in the clinics and the triage treatment area, the TTA. They're like standing by. They're in the desk. So the medical staff, they have an alarm they wear around their neck. You push the button and it'll send the sirens, man. Help will get there in 3 seconds. Right? So if you're getting attacked, it's going to take little to no time to get that individual off you. So from a safety perspective, you're protected, man. 16 years. Rarely do they assault any medical staff.
You know, when I used to work there, they'll always try to bribe me.
Oh,
hey, yo, give me a phone. I'll give you $1,500.
Thank you for bringing that up, man. Inmates are going to try to manipulate, and they're going to try to get one over. They see medical staff or free staff or plumbing staff or whoever they see, even custody, and they'll say, hey, man, you want to make some extra money?
Yep.
So it's up to you and your ethics and your morals and your values, your moral compass to make the right choice and not do that.
Yep, and once you're in that bullshit in their world.
So, yeah, man, once you say yes to them, you say bring in one cell phone to give you $10,000 off the top or however much money, don't ever think that you're going to just stop.
You're in.
You're hooked. And you're going to end up losing your job. They're going to put handcuffs on you, and they're going to walk you out the front door so everybody can see you. That I have seen.
And you're going to book a shame.
You do go in the book of shame. In the staff entrance, there's a photocopy of your ID. It's not allowed on grounds.
Oh, that's fucked up. Another medical question. What is their equipment like? Is it high speed? Is it state of the art? Or is it like some whack stuff?
No, it's definitely not whack, man. Especially when they're building new facilities. They're getting top of the line, state of the art, thanks to our taxpayer money.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, whatever they're going to do in the prison is your basic BLS, basic life saving, you know, they say in the Army. If you really got some trauma, they're going to either put you on an ambulance or put you in a helicopter and send you to the nearest ER. This type of stuff you're going to deal with working in a prison is a lot of overdoses, a lot of drug overdoses, fentanyl, heroin. I mean, you're going to carry the Narcan. COs are going to be hitting the inmates with the Narcan. You're going to have the defibrillator. I've seen that used multiple times. The oxygen tank, like I said, basic, man, CPR.
That's funny that you mentioned that. I remember there's one inmate, he was high for about a month.
Yep.
He did K2 mixed with like chemicals, cleaning supplies.
That's another dangerous part of the job for medical. You're going to be dealing with high inmates, K2, spice. When those inmates were on the spice and the bath salts, it was all bad, man. Chaos. It was chaotic.
Another question I wanted to ask. I know a lot of people have done drugs in their life. It's normal or whatever. But now they're in the process of becoming a law enforcement. Does that hinder your packet when they look at your past use of drugs?
First of all, with the stuff going on in Mexico right now coming from China, because that's where the fentanyl is coming from, I wouldn't touch any drugs because the cartel are easily mixing fentanyl into everything. Everything, man. The pills that you think are something are definitely something else. And that's how people overdose. Law enforcement agencies have gotten lenient with the marijuana usage, only because it's been approved in states. However, federally, it is still outlawed. Yep. So you fall under that federal law. It's now about 2 years, give or take. About 2 years, they want your last usage of marijuana. Any hard drugs, you're probably going to get disqualified.
God damn. That's some great advice. You guys check him out. He's on YouTube, Instagram. You got a lot of knowledge out there on America's most violent prison, correction department, rehabilitation. Some good info, man. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you, dude. Hell yeah.